So I'm Sarah Byrnes.
And I'm Bernie Byrnes, and we came across Prominda through their online presence. The design process was fantastic. I had an idea of the house location, but I was struggling to find the type of house that would do justice and fit in with the landscape. Then when I had a look at Prominda, I thought it was pretty interesting and flexible, and so from that point we started scribbling down some ideas of what the house design would look like, and the flexibility really around the design was the thing that that really just confirmed that Prominda was the best design for us and for the landscape that we were building in.
We were looking for something that also didn't mean that that we needed to project manage it and things like that. So to know that we had experts who could help us navigate the design process and then bring that to life. That was really attractive about what Prominda was saying they would do, and that's been our experience too. And from the time we entered the contract and sort of knew what the 17 weeks or whatever would look like in terms of the build, we were really impressed by the timeliness of Prominda to actually deliver that. We had been attracted by the controlled build idea and knowing the time frame. That was really important to us. And then once we were into the contract phase and building got underway, we were kept in the loop on all of that, and that made it really easy, because it is pretty surreal having your house built away from where you're going to live, and that's a pretty strange feeling, actually.
There's still sheep wandering around the paddock where the house is going to be in a week.
So that's a bit surreal, and so we really valued the communication that we received and found ourselves really looking forward to our Friday email, which had photos of where we were up to, and we always felt like we were in the loop, which was really good.
And the other thing is the communication was fantastic. Like from Jane and Kelly, the expectations were really well set out as far as timelines and the information that was going to be coming from them and from us to them. And they met every expectation there.
So we were really keen to sort of maximise natural light in the home, and so we've gone for a lot of big windows and things like that to really maximise that. And Prominda's been great in accommodating some of those goals, which seemed a bit ambitious when we sort of started. We were also really conscious of wanting to maximise space and maximise storage space particularly. So we really appreciated the guidance that we received both from the Prominda team and also Interior Constructions about how we could be quite clever to get storage in the house, and so they were the really big things that we wanted. Lots of storage and lots of natural light, and we're really pleased with how that's all come up.
I had a strong idea or view on the entry way and having a big window there to sort of frame that entry, and they basically made sure that was maximised as best we could. And then along the way we sort of were looking at ideas about just putting a bit more shape around the building rather than just being quite square. So we added some pop outs to both of the buildings. We could change the size of the bedrooms.
I think we would recommend them because the process has been so easy. Like we said, from the day we signed the contract, we knew we were headed forward in the same direction.
The reasons that I would use Prominda again is just the flexibility around design and the comfort that the job is getting done without having to be hands-on every day managing the project. There was never a time where we didn't know where we were up to with the construction.
Walking through it, that's when you kind of feel like, wow, this is actually happening, and it is what we hoped it would be, and that's really exciting. So the best part, I think, is seeing it come to life.
Walk into the shed, know that the house is effectively complete, and it'll be on site in under a week. And we haven't had any of the pains of trades on site or anything like that, and dealing with hot weather or wet weather out on the site. So it's been fantastic. We know that there's plenty of stories of how it's difficult to get trades. There could be a time delay to even get them on site, and then builds quite often take a little bit longer than expected. It was just so controlled here. I'm very happy with the product that we've got, and it's all been under really good management and execution here. To get that on site at our farm, you'd have to be spending a significant amount of time away from work.
It's been been a really easy experience, and I know that's not the case for everyone. So that's the only observation I'm making.
I haven't lived through an on-site farm build before, but I can imagine it'll be pretty frustrating sometimes with the weather, inclement weather, whether it is the heat or, you know, torrential rain or whatever.
And to be able to say, like, you know, we started the process about 4 months ago into like the formal process, and to actually say with some confidence, I will be in by Easter. You know, I think everyone thought, really?
Yeah.
Will that actually happen? And but it's a different way of doing it. So we've felt quite confident that that's the case, and we'll be in well before Easter. So it's great.